and my camera's out of focus. Hello! If you're watching this on YouTube right now, all I ask is that you click the like button and click the subscribe button. Okay, I got bills. All right, I got Serum, my monthly Reason payment. All right, so listen, please click the like button, click the subscribe button. Click it! Okay, so I was scrolling on my little cellular telephone, and I came across this video, camera up here, from the one and only James Hypington. Okay, how to actually break through as a DJ. No BS! Apparently, these are the industry secrets here, right? And so I figured I would go through and provide my own reaction, my input, and my agreements and or disagreements with everything he has to say about this, right? This is like, I guess it's some sort of like conference or whatever. And full disclosure, I will say right now, this is from the perspective of a James Hype hater, okay? Listen, okay, this. If you think that sounds good, okay, you need to be arrested. Okay, I'm not trying to be too negative, right? So let me clarify that. Just because I personally think, right, I'm going to try and keep an unbiased perspective here. Just because I personally think that James Hype's like DJ sets and music, it sounds like it doesn't mean I like despise James Hype as a person, right, and think he's like horrible for the scene. All right, genuinely, he does share a lot of like useful insights. Long story short, that's gonna be what we're doing today. I'm just gonna be giving my opinions. I'm very opinionated. All right, so I'm gonna let it be known. So let's get into this.
Becoming an artist, are there any strategies I should be using to market myself?
As an up-and-coming artist, all right, let's make some assumptions. So let's assume that you
actually, sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Now it's like actually.
If you're an up-and-coming artist who makes music but you don't have any gigs right now, obviously you're going to be focusing the majority of your efforts on social media. So I think one thing that everybody can benefit from, and that's me included, is getting good at finishing music. So if you're a
very true. I literally just had this conversation with Remnant. This dude has zero. His discography is zero, and he's a good producer too. That's why like. You know, through the end of this year and in 2026, like, oops, sorry, I'm like shifting my strategy in terms of like, I'm just like put out as many like high quality, like super high effort, like reels of me mixing as possible. And I'm still doing that some of the time. Like these chop videos, right? Like I film these in batches, by the way. That's also another thing that like a lot of, you know, so like if you buy, which first of all, don't buy a course, okay? That's my first random, you know, additional comment, okay? If anyone's charging you, like, dude, there's these, I'm sure if you're watching this video right now, you probably have a similar algorithm on your like social media, like Instagram, TikTok, whatever, as I do. There's this company that I'm not going to name that is like a course on like how to market yourself as a DJ, how to go viral. There is like production courses in there as well and like industry stuff. But dude, those are a waste of money, okay? Dude, when you finish that course, you're going to know a bunch of information that is free on the internet and you're going to be $5,000 poorer, okay? Dude, if you want to make money in the EDM space, do what that guy's doing, right? It's like everybody wants to be a DJ now, like in the gold rush, be the one selling shovels to truly get rich, right? Anyways, I was focused on just making these, right? And like I still do post these now like every 2 weeks, but I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna be spending less time doing this, like just post more like just general fun content and just literally focus on producing. Yeah, finishing tracks, very important.
A bedroom producer, let's say, we all know how exciting it is to start new ideas and create an amazing loop, but once you build the muscle that finishes that loop into a finished track, you can start uploading them, whether that's uploading into Spotify and Beatport or if they're original tracks, or if you're making remixes, which is how I started, then you can put them on whatever site will allow you to upload illegal remixes without getting them taken down. And that's how I built my name, is I was making a remix of a popular track in a house music.
Okay, I'll jump in here as well regarding posting remixes. If you're doing like bootlegs and stuff, I came into this issue early on, just uploading them even private. Like, because if you upload a track to SoundCloud that is going to set off their copyright detector system, even if it's private, it'll still get deleted. It'll get nuked off the platform. So whatever sample you're using, especially if it's like at the beginning, is just pitch it down by one semitone, and you'll just have to change the key of your song. Like, yes, I know it's annoying. You have to know a little bit of music theory. Okay, cope, right? Change the pitch in whatever way that sounds good, and that kind of circumvents the, because in theory, like those types of I think SoundCloud, like they have a policy against it. They're like, we don't allow illegal, like we don't allow bootlegs that aren't like sanctioned by the original artist. But it's like under fair use, you know, it's legal to do that. Like you're entitled to post that and make money from it as long as it's transformative in nature, yada yada yada. So yeah, pitch down your sample, you won't have any problems.
The thing with the internet nowadays, I feel like people think, unless they're in Martin Garrix's studio and it looks incredible, no one cares. But that's not true. Like, people actually want to see you in your horrible bedroom with like grimy windows, and they would appreciate seeing that. I think there's a fascinating story recently. The rapper Doechii used to work at Chipotle, and she vlogged the journey of her working at Chipotle, and then you can follow these vlogs up to her being one of the biggest rappers in the world. And
yes, but you have to be original about it as well, right? And also, let me just say, like, these are just my opinions, like, and this is a reaction, right? Like, I'm not trying to come off as the person who has, like, all the answers, and I'm like, no, he's wrong. I'm right. Listen to me. This is just, like, even just fuck all the, like, I'm giving you advice, because dude, let me pull up an anecdote here, just to give you guys, like, some perspective on, like, you're not that guy, pal, okay? You're not that guy. I am not that guy. Transactions. I'm going to pull up my QuickBooks for last year. Should I do this? I don't even know if I should do this, bro. This is like such a... Fuck it. You know what? I'm about to expose myself here. This is my QuickBooks for last year. Now, this is great for tax write-offs, okay? I did pay some taxes last year, but for my income bracket, it's almost nothing compared to what most people are paying, right? So, like, take this, like, you know, everything I say in this video, right, as this is, like, just my opinion as somebody who's, like, has a little bit of experience, but mostly just, like, watches this, you know, follows different DJs and, like, what I like, you know what I mean? I don't have the answers.
What people want on the internet now is connection, and if we can connect with somebody by looking at their journey and thinking, oh, that's kind of similar to my journey, then I think that goes a long way. So,
I think that, okay, here's what else happens, okay? The market becomes impossibly oversaturated because people see that and they're like, oh, this is kind of like me. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. So now you're competing with everyone else. Like, this video has 32,000 views, and this is from literally 6 days ago. And then let's go to the comments, right? Creating a safe space to talk open. Okay. Chill. It's not that serious. DJ, like, look, 4th comment down, I already found a DJ, right? And also, it's like dude, what was that lady who, like, gets fired? There was, like, a huge story about, I remember Moist Critical made a video about it. Yeah, influencer fired at airport.
I love my job. I would have never done anything to jeopardize it.
Don't go send hate to this person, but yeah, this is the one. Dude, literally, like, she got fired because she's showing, like, she's like, I'm trying to be relatable, and then she literally, like, doxed her employer. Like I said before, like, try and do it in your own way that is more, you know what I mean? Don't just be another one of those people who's like, come with me to... AKA, just make sure you don't get the clout goblin disease, right? Everyone is on the, like, social media brain rot. You know what I mean?
Mission to make that remix, that first time. What was that like for you?
This remix.
Can we talk a little bit more about that?
So, yeah, some of you guys will already know that's the tattoo that I first got paid. He said I've been making these remixes on SoundCloud and just building a name through doing that. And, a
Sorry.
label had reached out to...
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a
say
hater.
They wanted to show yourself making a remix of a really popular song on TikTok. I think people would have more of an attention span to watch that than they would have.
No. Because everybody's already doing that. This is like, dude, I feel like trying to make it on, like, social media and stuff, and this type of, like, what they're trying to say, like, this is how you do this, is the same as, like, investing in the stock market, you know what I mean? Because stuff like this, like, that's, like, everything, like, when you're trying to, like everyone else, has had my saga of, like, I'm gonna become a investor in my spare time and make a little bit extra money, and just trying to pick stocks and just getting absolutely just demolished, right? And losing a bunch because it's like everything that you are thinking about, it's already been done, it's already priced in. You know what I mean?
Remix a track they'd never heard of.
What's the
Like remixing. Oh yeah, that's what I was like, the cranked out format of like taking a sample or whatever. Like, dude, every time I see one of those, I just scroll. And that's just me. It's just like I've seen so many of those.
So I create for the dance floor, but when I'm creating for the dance floor, I'm also thinking, how will this translate in a 30-second video? Because there are some incredible dance tracks that you need to listen to for 3 minutes to get the full feeling. And then there are some other incredible dance tracks that'll have a 2-minute build-up, but then they have this one little moment before the drop, and that is the moment that people love on TikTok. So it's a hybrid of the two, because you don't want your...
That's okay. Actually, that's such a good point. Dude, I see so many people. A lot of them are like my friends. Whether it's like a new track that they're trying to promote, or it's just like they're making a chop routine for Instagram. They start it like 15, 20 seconds before the drop. And so you have to like, dude, and nobody's going to stay to watch that. And then they're like, and then some people will even turn around and be like, oh, I'm shadow banned. Like, social media, I'm shadow banned. Instagram hates me. It's like, no, dude. It's because no one's going to stay to watch, because especially if they like don't follow you, don't know who you are, don't already listen to your, especially with rhythm, because like a lot of rhythm songs start out like this is, for example, literally one of my songs, one of my edits, I should say. And they're like, dude, like people will start the video like here. Because they're like, oh, the intro's sick. I want to get that tension built up. It's like, dude, it's such a different, like what he said in the video. Like, it's a completely different ball game. Like, yes, you can build tension in a video, but it's so much more like social media brain rotted. It's like you have to build tension in the sense of like 2 to 3 seconds of something that is like after already you have your hook and everything. Nobody's gonna watch your chop routine. Excuse me. After like a 15-second build up. Sorry.
Is it okay to start my career from being a wedding DJ? And should I get away from my local...
Okay, yeah, this is a part of the video that I'm actually interested in myself, because, dude, wedding DJs are like the only DJs that are actually like rich and like, or even not even rich, but just like comfortable financially. Yeah, you need something to support yourself financially. Case in point, the QuickBooks thing that I showed earlier, right? It's like for the first 5 to 10 years, you're not going to make money through the EDM portion of it unless you get insanely lucky, or, you know, are starting from an already privileged position. And James Hype, dude, my conspiracy theory, because I think I've seen this somewhere, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's kind of way off in the other end of like having actually rich parents. Okay, just like Taylor Swift and like Fred again. What was the thing that came out of like Fred again's dad is like an investment banker or something, and he has like a trust fund. I'm not saying that that's true for James Hype, but I feel like, dude, to make it into this level of success in the music industry, I'm not saying you need to have like a trust fund. It makes it a lot easier. You know what I mean?
If you're doing house music and you're from a city where no one plays house music, then yeah, get away from the scene. I think there also will come a stage in any developing artist's career where they actually need to get away from the scene, but you don't want to do it too early.
How do you know when you've, like, what?
Yeah, that's it. What do you mean?
How would you know when you got to that point?
I think there will come a point in a developing artist's career where they're moving too fast for the people around them, and people can be intimidated by that, and people can try and hold you back. And I say that from personal experience. But
all right, so switch up on your day ones, everyone. You heard it here first. Drop everyone. Switch up on your day ones.
Other people speak of the same thing. So if you
what?
spend all your time growing up in this one city and you were playing in
now,
the club,
granted, there are going to be a lot of people that switch up on you. Not speaking from experience, all right? Because I haven't made it to that level of success yet. Hopefully one day, but yeah, don't.
With all the other DJs, and all of a sudden you made a track that was being played on the radio, it got on the Beatport chart, then you might find that you get sort of envy from some of the other people in the scene.
Okay. No, I gotta push back. My experience, not from me having like songs that are super success. Oh my god! Like I have friends who have like do some like shout out Venge, Seven Dead. Who else do I know that's got played out by Excision? Everyone, like, dude, as soon as that happens and, like, it's the first, like, they post the first of, like, wow, guys, I can't believe this happened. It'll be, like, a chain of, like, 100 people that are like, yo, shout out to homie, he got put on. No. That's pessimistic even for me, and I'm a professional hater. Okay?
But yeah, if I can just share another story personally. So I used to be a DJ before I seriously made music. I used to DJ in local clubs, like 6 nights a week at one point, and I used to get paid quite well. I used to make about £1,500 a week, and I was.
Dude. Yeah, quite well. That's all. Dude, that's like twice what I make at my real job. More than twice. Almost 3 times as much.
And I had like a nice car and nice flat and stuff. And there came a point where my Facebook inbox started to get messages like, oh, can we book you for our club in a city 3 hours away? And I was like, whoa. First of all, I don't know what to charge them. But also, how am I going to do that?
The answer to that is double to triple what you charge for a local gig. By the way, and that's not like my personal insight. Like there's a podcast clip I saw recently about.
And yeah, there were a number of months where I was making less money than I was making before, but I did have the freedom of
less money than almost $2,000 a week, which is what it was like 19,720 or something times 52. That's $100,000 a year. And so what? You're making 80,000? Come on.
At the early stages of being an artist.
So you pivoted.
Yep.
Risky, because at this point, surely you've got rent to pay, and actually you're like, do you know what? I'm going to push that boundary. That must have been a exciting.
Now, okay, scary. If you are living in like, I don't know what the prices are, but I'm assuming Liverpool or like a big city, you're living somewhere like LA. Yeah, 100,000 isn't that much money.
Right.
So I don't.
Yeah, it's very scary. It takes a lot of like wild faith. You know, like. Some people would
actually
say,
okay, yeah, I'm gonna try. I was being a little bit of a hater there because I mean, if you have that type of security, 100,000 a year, yeah, breaking away from that is
a stupid thing to
gonna
do.
be pretty.
But at the time,
actually, good question. Who here has another job outside of DJing or producing? How many people?
Everybody, bro.
Do DJ producing full time? Nice. Okay. How many people would love to make?
If
DJing?
you can, okay, listen. If you can support yourself, just make enough to get by doing that. Like, dude. That's literally the dream, right? It's like what Queso said in that podcast. Dude, if I can just make enough to get by and I just don't have to go to work, dude, I will, you know what I mean?
A wedding DJ holds you back?
Oh yeah, wedding DJ.
Okay.
I forgot I said that.
Does it hold you back? How do you feel about that?
Interestingly, I think the weirder the gigs I did, the more it helped me in the long term.
Yeah, because I had kind of a mentor back then. I was like really like sick of my job, like more so than now, and I was like, dude, if I can even just do something adjacent, like not even EDM, like just doing weddings, like should I do that? Like, have you done that? And he was like, yeah. So I did that for a while. Like I did do a couple weddings, but I wouldn't recommend it because it burns. Basically his point in general was like it burns you out. It takes you away from the actual like EDM career type stuff of like producing music and DJing your sets for. But that was like over a year and a half ago. Me now sitting here today, I think I would disagree with that, and I would say, dude, if you can get gigs like doing weddings or just regular clubs where they're expecting like R&B, hip hop, whatever, you should absolutely do that because it's going to make you such a better DJ, even if your goal is to play like some that like I play in my sets, like to be a rhythm DJ. Like how is playing a wedding or a hip hop venue gonna make my quarter note rhythm set better? Dude, trust it will. Okay, because you learn how to. A lot of times with those types of sets, you're not like improvising, or like reading the room as much. Even so, I think it kind of works your brain out more, and you start to. It's just, dude. I was gonna have like a super smart like thought, but then it escaped me. But just trust. Source, trust me, bro.
First of all, I'd never used Pioneer CDJs, and I went and I rented this studio in Manchester because that was the only place I could go where they had CDJs.
That's one thing that sucks about Portland, bro. There's no like pirate studios or anything in Portland. Like, dude, to get access to CDJs, you have to know somebody.
even if you want to be the most underground DJ in the whole.
Yeah, I predicted the future, bro. That's exactly what I was suggesting.
Well, you're still going to learn something from that time you DJ'd a wedding.
Thank you for that, because that was so helpful. And actually, sort of full 360s back to us at the start, because would good advice then be take the wedding gig, take those gigs if you have capacity and it feels right?
Absolutely. Okay, in this economy, bro, get that check. Okay, you're going to need that.
There's no need to be shouting about it forefront on social media if it doesn't necessarily fit in with your brand. Does that feel right?
That's a really good point. That's a really good point, because you can be doing anything. Like there was a period when I was a resident DJ. I used to do like student nights where I was playing like cheesy songs and stuff, and I just didn't post about it on social media. But I'm still there. I'm still doing it. But if you look at the social media, then you'll see that it's clearly in the house music lane, and that's an important point, because you might go and do a wedding and you might have a great time, but if your social media is you making house music, just don't post the wedding.
Social media.
Yeah, I'd say I agree with that.
Yeah, huge part of you and who you are, brand, not the be all.
Especially, like, you know, as a rhythm DJ. Like, there's this guy I follow, Desert Hydra. Shout out to that guy, bro. He's a go-to DJ. But yeah, I'm pretty sure his, like, day job is he does, like, he plays clubs and stuff like that. And every once in a while, he'll, like, post on his story, like, gotta pay the bills, you know, doing that. Dude, if there's anybody watching on YouTube after the fact or on Twitch, bro, in Portland, bro, I need, please book me for your top 40 night, like genuinely, like I'll bring my fucking Serato, I'll set it up, I'll do it.
And then a huge part of it, and we'll definitely hear from that from the team a little bit later on. How do you push past all the rejection when you begin from social media?
If I try and take myself back to when I first started being a DJ on social media, because before then I was just using it like a regular guy, like, oh, check out what I had for dinner, you know. But there was obviously a point where I said, okay, now I'm going to be a DJ on here, and you have to. There is a mental barrier where you've got to think, does my mum's friend who follows me really care about my DJ career? The answer is no, but you have to say, I don't care about my mum's friend, because I have to act as though I am a proper professional artist on here, and that's the first step. And you're going to start posting as though you're a big artist, and most of the time nobody's going to care, and that's where your self-belief comes in, because you have to have the belief to say, I don't care that my 100 followers don't really care about me. I know that there are big things coming, and
big things coming.
And I back myself.
And then I would also add into that my personal take, which is, remember to be humble. Okay, there are people that I know personally who, just as long as you can keep that on the social media, you know what I mean? Like, be humble in real life, and ideally on social media too, right? There's people I know that talk like that, like in real life, of like they talk like they've already made it, and maybe they've, you know, they have had some genuinely like big moments, like getting played out by a big artist or whatever, or like played some bigger stages like once or twice. Be humble, okay? Sit down.
Not getting maybe the likes you feel that you deserve, but it's also the place where you are quite like,
don't be entitled, okay? The likes that you deserve, yes, if you put in hard work, okay, but high effort doesn't necessarily equate to I should be getting, like, humble yourself, okay? You can make a perfect, well-rounded, creative mix track, and if the common ear doesn't like it, it probably won't blow up. Must be stressful. Yeah, and then the other end of that, like, that I experience a lot is, like, ear fatigue, right? Even that is, like, another aspect of that. Like, if you're listening, dude, to, like, a track that you know, have been working on for 16 hours, and you've listened to it so many times, and you just start chipping away at it and trying to, like, no, this snare needs to be a little bit, there's some harsh frequencies in this sub bass, and then by the time it's like ready to be released, it's just absolutely ruined, like destroyed. That's what I experience more often. Even if, like, you're like, oh, I don't think this is has mainstream appeal or whatever. Like, dude, all that. Like, if you like it, put it out there.
I think there are a million labels out there who won't do anything for you just because they are signing a lot of tracks and they're not investing the money into the individual tracks. But if you're with a famous DJ's label,
dude, yo, man, this is a record label in your DMs. Yo, bro, love your music. We'd like to offer you $10,000 for your entire discography and all the rights to all your music and content from now and until the end of time. And also you owe us 4 albums, by the way. Sound good? And then some people will actually sign that. Not that I would be in a position or have ever gotten any DMs like that. The closest I've got is like scam messages on SoundCloud, or people that are like, yo, I'm a graphic designer. and then you go to their page and it's literally like AI slop. Oh, got another chat here. Input doesn't always equal output, which could be demoralizing as a producer. Some of the best DJs have their least favorite tracks. Dude, yeah. Dude, absolutely, bro. That applies definitely to like anything creative that you put out there, like music or whether it be like videos. Like, for example, deep in my TikTok, right? Which shout out to everyone who follows on TikTok, because actually TikTok is like what got me started in terms of like being like, oh, I should be, you know, active on social media. Because way back before I was putting stuff on my, now I'm mostly on like Instagram is what I focus on the most. But yeah, like, dude, this, I'm exposing myself here, but I don't even know why I still have this up, to be honest. But yeah, this also, dude, this, I have this thought frequently of like, dude, I should try and just become a clipper. Because like, dude, clippers on TikTok and like YouTube Shorts and shit are making stupid amounts of money. And this is case in point, like, you know, I was doing a bunch of just like random ass stuff like back in this time, right? Dude, this is like the golden era. But anyways, sorry. This I literally made while I was taking a shit at work. I just made it like on my phone in like 30 seconds.
The hook I said.
Because literally, I just thought this was funny and I just posted this. This got 3.6 million views.
Literally in the hook I said, you did me dirt. Because what did I do? Like, you.
Dude, this is kind of embarrassing. Okay. Bro. I should delete this.
Should I adapt to using AI within music production?
Oh my God. I don't even know what this is about to say, but I feel like it's going to make me mad.
100% yes. And if you don't, you are pretty stupid.
You all pretty stupid. Shut the fuck. No, I got to hear the rest of this.
AI is going to be integrated into everything that we do, and you better start learning how you can use it in your way as soon as possible, because you better believe there are thousands and thousands of people in their bedroom using it right now, and they're going to make that the next Beatport #1, and you're going to be sat there like...
Okay. I really hope he's not talking about, like, using AI to make music. Dude, I hope he's not talking about that. Because, bro, fuck that. All right, using it as a tool, like, just like you use, like, Google as a tool when you're, like, learning Serum or whatever. Absolutely. Okay, yes, sure. But, bro, like, I don't know. But that's also the other thing is, like, the term AI is becoming so, like, it's because we're, like, it's like the .com bubble of this decade, right? Like, any company that puts AI in their name immediately gets a $2 trillion offer from OpenAI. But there's some caveats, like for example, if I go to my YouTube channel, like Shorts here, right? Like, AI is super useful for stuff like that, right? What about AI making specific sounds like a snare or drum or something, not a whole song? I mean, yeah, sure, right? Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, it depends, because, like, dude, I haven't heard of, like, I haven't really explored it too much of, like, is there stuff out there that's, like, actually good? Like, what I think, okay, you shouldn't be dependent on AI as, like, a crutch, right? Anyway, this is what I use AI for, right? In terms of, like, everything in music, right? Like, these shorts, the closed captioning and stuff, like, this is all, okay. But the main thing I wanted to do was the transient shaper thing. These, like, doing those manually is such a waste of time. Like, I absolutely agree. Like, if you're not using AI to do nitty gritty stuff like this, then yeah, you are wasting a lot of time. And you're not necessarily stupid.
I guess ultimately what we're saying, we're going to get into a little bit with your moving differently team who are all here. Actually, if you don't have that team, then using AI as your team can be really beneficial. Yeah. Jen,
I think from my own personal experience, it's not there yet. Dude, I remember one time, like a year ago, I saw like an ad for this thing and I ended up signing up for it, the like paid membership. And I immediately canceled it because it was like, it's like, oh, let AI be your social media agent of like, I can't remember. It was like trying to do certain things for you of like set your schedule and all that shit. So you don't need AI to do that for you, all right? Just be disciplined and productive.
I think self-belief is built over time, and it's built in tiny ways. It's, okay, yeah, if you get the Beatport #1, that's going to build a ton of self-belief. But even if you just turn up to the studio one day where you don't feel like creating, you've built self-belief. Even outside of this music business, if you turn up to the gym when you've only had 4 hours sleep, you've still 100%. Built some self-belief because you said you're going to do something and you do it. And I think that can apply to absolutely anything. Like some days I'll get in the shower in the morning, and before the shower's got hot, I'll get in it while it's cold, just because to prove to myself that I'll do it.
Oh, brother!
Who's gonna carry the boat and send the logs?
I'm 199 miles into this race. Stay hard.
Chill.
I think that is everyone's giggling. Yeah, I think that's just anyone else feel like they need to go away and work on their own kind of self-belief. I feel really inspired today.
Okay, I think we can wrap it up there. We don't need all the fluffy guff. All right, so that was Dizzy being a hater for an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know. I hope my input had something to add to that. Like, you know, as I said, I'm nowhere near at the position where you know, James Hype is, and like I'm not that guy. I'm just here to make some goofs and gaffs, and you know, this is just me giving my opinions off the cuff, and you know, just trying to make you laugh and smile. If I made you laugh or smile, you click smash that mother freaking like button, right? Okay, and yeah.